let's check right here on the phone. Make sure. Fuck, that's not what I'm doing. We're not going live on the phone. We're looking at the stream manager on the phone. Huh. According to this, we might not be live. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
It took Stream Manager a while to figure out what was happening.
All right.
Because for some reason, Stream Manager won't show. It will not show the video at all. So that's
Really?
Yeah. The fucking app on the phone is just garbage.
Okay. Anyways.
All right. So welcome anyone who joins us to B Views. This is where we talk about all of the movies.
Yes.
Pretty
this
much.
is where the good shit comes from.
Yeah. This is our main
Yeah.
show. And we're back.
Mm-hmm.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
What is it? A 2 month? 2 month?
It was a
Hiatus?
1
Is that
month,
what it is?
I think.
1 month?
I think so. Or,
All right.
who knows. But, it is what it is.
I mean, we're kind of like that one reroll podcast where you get one every, 6 months.
Like film reroll where it's like we release just full on intermittently. We're trying to do weekly.
Yeah.
Try.
We'll get there again.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. I hope we will.
Yeah,
Because,
we will.
The more we stream, the better.
Yeah. Well, of course.
The better our content gets and the more movies we get to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're doing a special double
right.
episode today. Because tonight we had our weekly movie night.
Hey, hang on. Before we start that, I'm Mike.
Oh, yeah. I'm Johnny Juicebox.
Yeah,
Did we not do that?
We have to introduce ourselves.
No, we don't. And there are our links.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Heck yeah.
We watched, what should we talk about first? Let's talk about America first, since that was the first
please,
movie we
get
watched.
It out of the way. Get it out of the way.
Well, I'm in jail because I picked this movie tonight for movie night, so I'm not allowed to pick.
He is in movie night jail.
I'm not allowed to make a pick next week.
As you should be. That was beyond appalling, my friend.
I know. That
was as bad as you get.
I opted myself into jail about halfway through the movie. I was just like, nope, I'm in fucking prison for this shit. Take me away, man.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what is America about? America, the motion picture, what's it about?
Let me see, America. Well, the movie is about George Washington.
Who's Channing Tatum.
Who's a friend of Abraham Lincoln.
Because
it's kind of like a spoof of the Revolutionary War.
And everything about America,
and
kind
everything in America.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think this movie would have been as annoying to me if it didn't have so much promise.
Yeah, I guess.
There are little glints in this movie of things that are like, oh, that's so good. Like, why don't they explore that more?
Uh-huh.
And then there are also parts where they just spend like 5 minutes making a shit joke. Like a literal shit joke.
Yeah.
So, it's rough. There are a few parts I liked.
This is an awful movie.
I liked the soccer ball named Manchester.
Oh.
But only because of the joke at the end when he ties his tongue around it and makes him into the shape of a football, and then throws him off and yells touchdown. uh
Yeah, but it's little glimpses like that. I mean, like we saw in the trailer, the Vietnam,
oh my
that
god.
was that
That's
was
fucking priceless.
that was probably one of the better ones.
Just like looking at the club called Vietnam and being like, I can't ask you to go in there with me. Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like we could go in there for years and accomplish nothing.
No shit.
That was great. It's so good.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
there's so much that's just shit about it.
Oh, it's so bad.
So basically, the plot is that Benedict Arnold, who is the main villain of this movie, which is interesting as a choice, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Benedict Arnold gets a bad rap. Like, technically, yeah, he was a wartime traitor, but like
Right.
he wasn't like evil. He was looking out for his own skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was a certain point where he looked at the writing on the wall and he was like, "Oh fuck, it looks like America's not gonna win, and I'd better like fucking get out of here and try and save my shit, save my ass."
Right. Right.
Now is it a?
Yeah. I mean, it's just so stupid.
But Benedict Arnold is
And
a cartoonishly evil person in this movie.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like kidnaps Martha
Yeah, he was kind
Washington.
of like it was almost like he was like a cheap Darth Vader. That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Almost. Also, he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
Did we mention that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Benedict, Benedict Arnold kills Abraham Lincoln because he's a werewolf, and then
Where the fuck does that come from?
this movie's dumb.
But what is that all about?
I don't know.
Why include that?
I legitimately think this might have been like that Sausage Party movie where a bunch of people got high and they were like, "Oh man, what if we made a movie about America?" But it was like all fucked up like and
The Sausage Party was great. I mean, that was a funny movie.
I think Sausage Party is good the first time you watch it.
Yeah,
And that's
I've
about
never
it.
watched it twice.
I haven't either, but I feel like I wouldn't like it as much the second time.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah. But this movie, there's so many parts.
It's the longest hour and 38 minutes that I've experienced in a long time.
Yeah. I think like we say this all the time, there's nothing worse than a bad comedy, and this is a bad comedy.
Mm-hmm. Very bad.
And I can't fully pinpoint what it was necessarily.
Well, a lot of it was filler.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was filler time, like that stupid fucking anthem, like Freebird. I mean, there's
like,
5 minutes of the movie gone. That's just filled. It's like
That wasn't 5 minutes. That was like a minute and a half. All they did was sing like the first verse and then part of the chorus of Freebird.
well,
and then
5 minutes,
they
right?
then they played in the entire army coming in with like about maybe 30 seconds worth of Freebird, like the solo.
It felt like it was an hour.
Yeah, because it was fucking dumb. The whole movie felt like it was 3.5 hours long.
Oh, it was so long.
I kept feeling like
this
movie just
long as
will
Open
not.
House.
This movie was as long as like the Two Towers.
You mean like Return of the King? I mean,
No, the Open House was as long as Return of the King.
Yes, it was. Yes,
The extended
it was.
edition.
At
some
4
point
hours long.
At some point, we have to do an episode on Open House.
Yeah. And I will happily do it.
Oh man.
I will be happily Mike on Best of the Worst and Red Letter Media. Just be the most negative human being on the earth.
Oh, I will too. That's gonna be the most negative episode. The most. This might be the most negative episode since. This might be the most
It's Body
negative
at Brighton
episode
Rock.
since Body at Brighton Rock.
Yeah, and it should be.
I don't even know if I sat down and tried to explain the plot of America to you.
How can you, Johnny?
All right, I'm gonna try. So,
Go ahead. Try. Please.
all right.
Please, Rich Evans. Please.
This movie starts off with all of the founders are signing the Declaration of Independence, and then Benedict Arnold and a bunch of redcoats come in and just gun down all of the founding fathers.
Yes.
Like, they play beer pong with Thomas Jefferson. This is a joke that I thought was really funny. They were playing beer pong over each other, where like they were arguing over whether it should start with "We the people" or "We the rich white men."
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So they play beer pong over that. They win with the "We the People." Benedict Arnold and a platoon of redcoats come in and gun down all the founding fathers. Then it cuts to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln being like really broy, and they get like they they get like those matching T-shirts and shit. They're at Ford's Theater, which is like the car company logo, Ford.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. They buy shirts at John Wilkes merch booth, which is that's a pretty good joke. I liked that. And at one point, Lincoln, I don't remember what the line was. Lincoln said something to him, and he said, "You goddamn tyrant," and that was great.
Yeah.
Then they get the box seats. Apparently, they got those box seats from Benedict Arnold. Then Benedict Arnold kills Abraham Lincoln by turning into a werewolf and ripping his throat out.
Yeah. Which is so unique. So cool, I tell ya. So cool.
I don't know.
By cool, I mean I don't give two shits about it.
I know this is like probably just me being nitpicky, but I felt like Benedict Arnold being the main villain I felt like that fucked up the movie for me.
Yeah.
The whole time I was just like, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, this weird demonization of Benedict Arnold. But like,
right.
One of the things we kept talking about was like, who the fuck is this movie made for?
Right. And I literally said that tonight. And I said, "What is this about? Why do we need this? Who is this about? Who is this for?"
And I really don't know. Like maybe for people on the left because it's fun and it kind of pokes fun at America a little bit. Like the end joke I really liked. Mm-hmm. Like the end.
Yeah, I thought that was very clever.
That was the best part of the movie, probably.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, there was that, and then there was another joke that we were laughing at really hard. And you were just like, that might be the funniest fucking thing in this whole movie. And I can't remember what it was.
Neither could I. Because it just made it so much.
Oh, did I mention that America wins the revolution with beer? Because beer is so American that it turns British people into Americans. But when they turn into Americans, they turn into frat bros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Sam Adams is played by fucking Jason Mantzoukas.
Sudeikis?
No. It's like Mantzoukas or Manzoukas, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know how his name is spelled or how his name is said.
Right.
He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's the guy with like all the PTSD who like was undercover for years and years and like destroyed his brain
Right.
and shit.
Right.
Like he's got all those jokes where he's like, "That's only like my 15th concussion," and you know the guy. He's
Yeah.
he's
Oh yeah.
he's he ends up dating fuck, what's her name in
Is
the
it
show?
Rosa?
Yeah, Rosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ends
Yeah.
up being her boyfriend. Uh, but yeah, that's him. He's. I mean, I think he has some funny parts. That back and forth about racist was funny when
Mhm.
he's just like, "I'm not a racist. Revere's a racist. He's the best damn racist in all of America. He's a horse racer."
Yeah.
It's just stupid jokes like that kind of
Yeah. I
got
mean, he
me.
had what was it? What the hell was it? The Chinese Olivia Munn.
Oh
Who
my
did she
god.
play?
She plays
Thomas
Thomas
Edison.
Edison because
Yeah.
Thomas Edison was a fucking 20th century inventor who's in this
Uh huh.
movie that takes
Yeah.
place in 1776.
Yes. Yes. And she just keeps saying science. That's all she
Yeah.
says.
Yeah. Uh
That's her big.
oh, I liked the joke with Killer Mike's character when he was just like, "Do you know what the enemy of all small businessmen is?" And like there are two different times where Geronimo just says, "The white man coming and taking everything you own."
Yeah. See, it's glimpses like that where it had potential, but it failed miserably.
Yeah, this movie could have been so cool. Also, one of these two movies has a higher rating than the other, and I'll reveal what it is at the end. Because I'll be
Yep.
honest, I'm not 100% on either of these movies.
No, neither am I. At least
Although,
you knew what you were getting in the second one. I mean,
like in the second movie, I didn't know what to expect, and maybe that's why I gave it a higher rating than both you and Sav.
right?
Because I was just, although I was the one who like called it at the very beginning of the fucking
Yeah,
movie, so
you did. You did. Yeah.
mm, I'm sorry
Yeah.
when they give it away like that. You can't
I know.
just stay quiet.
Yeah. Well, of course.
But man, this movie could have been cool, and I'm sad about
Could've.
it.
Could've.
Cause like it had, I watched the trailer and I was just like, oh, this looks like it would be like really dumb, but like kind of funny,
Mhm.
kind of like South Park,
Right.
where it's like
Yeah.
really stupid, but
Yeah.
it's good for a few laughs. And this was very few laughs, not many laughs at all, and should have been better.
Maybe a couple. Maybe. I mean, laugh out loud moments where it's like, wow, I'm gonna remember that.
There were several points where I found myself going, huh, and that's a bad sign. Cause like if I'm not laughing at your movie, no one's
Yeah.
laughing at that shit. Cause I'm
Yeah,
always
you're
laughing
glad
at. I laugh
you
at
are.
every stupid joke in every movie,
You
even
do.
if I don't like necessarily find it really funny.
Right.
I'll laugh at it usually.
Uh-huh.
Like it takes very little to make me chuckle. But
Yeah.
like there were several points in the movie where I was just like,
That was what, 3/4 of the movie?
I wasn't
At
ever.
least?
I don't think I was ever bored, but I kept trying to figure out what the fuck was happening.
Right.
Oh yeah, the Titanic's in this movie. And like they all sink the Titanic, and that was a moment I kind of thought was funny when Samuel Adams, they all like catch the Titanic on fire and it sinks, and they're like, oh my god, the humanity, and like, and Samuel Adams just goes like, he's just like, if anyone asks, the Titanic hit an iceberg. That was fucking dumb, but like,
but it's like, why is that needed?
King James was on like a floating chair thing through the whole
Yeah, it was
movie.
like the Emperor, dude.
Yeah, it was weird. That was it. I don't.
It was like an ode to Star Wars almost. You know, it had
Oh my god, it had
like
AT-ATs that were made
yeah,
of
it
like
had
British
AT-ATs. Yeah,
buses.
yeah, yeah.
And there were several points where they like kind of alluded to some futuristic technology, but then they have
Yeah.
had jokes like I don't remember what it was. Oh, I think George Washington like knocked on the door and he was just like knock knock, it's America bitches or something like that. But then someone said something and then he said something and then Benedict Arnold
Exactly. Something, and it's like, who cares about this?
Benedict Arnold said something about like said said something like
Said
oh,
something.
you must have been thinking about that all the way here in the car all in the car all the way here and he was just like what the fuck is a car?
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks, dude. It
Oh, that
sucks
was
when a
in
movie
Vietnam.
is just fine, right, John?
I just love how
It's fine.
yeah. I think I gave this movie a 2 on IMDb. This is
Oh,
fucking done with it
it
by the time
deserves
it
a
ended.
solid 2.
I feel like this movie would have made a really good like uh kind of like one of those miniseries or like those anime that have there.
Right.
It's like a 12 episode season, but each episode's like 5 minutes long. This would have made a really cool version of that if it was just
Uh-huh.
like just these little vignettes.
Uh-huh.
Like that would have been cool,
Right.
but it
Yeah, it
wasn't.
doesn't
It
need
was
to be
this
a movie.
long, stupid bullshit movie that sucked.
Right. My
And
God, it just drags.
and even though I like disliked it, I put a thumbs down on Netflix. I know they're gonna recommend shit that's like it to me now.
I know. It's like, God damn, I don't want to watch
So they're
this.
just
I
like,
don't
we
want to do
see
anything
that
like this
we
again.
see that you watched America the Motion Picture. How would you like to watch Delta Farce or whatever the fuck? Have you watched
No,
Paul
dude,
Blart Mall
no, I
Cop?
don't. Sadly, I did. I watched that in theaters.
It's probably better than this movie.
I don't know.
You know what movie I liked better than this movie? Zookeeper.
What? Did ya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a Zookeeper and I saw that one where uh Kevin James is like an MMA fighter.
Oh my God, that one.
And I remembered thinking they were both okay. But
I
that's
think I watched like 15 minutes of that one where he's an MMA fighter, and I could not. I
Oh.
couldn't do it.
my mom wanted to see it, so we saw it in the theater.
Okay.
Yeah. It was alright. It wasn't
Those are the
bad.
movies where you have to watch them with somebody else, or you'll think you're going to be entering an insane asylum. Because it's like you sit back to yourself and you're like, am I really watching this by myself?
Right.
We gotta watch that together. I mean,
You know, I'd
watching
be
horror
willing
movies by yourself is no fun.
I'd be willing to watch that what the fuck is that movie called? The MMA one. Oh well.
So
I'd watch it
It
again.
was so
Fuck it.
boring. I couldn't do it.
Watched worse shit. I watched this. I
Never
picked
happened.
this. This one's my fault. We never watch
Yes.
comedies for movie night. The one time I'm like,
Oh.
oh man, it's gonna be fun. Everyone's like, all right, fine. Sav even
Alright.
watched Sav even watched the trailer and she was like, oh yeah, that might
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I did too. I mean, but of course, the trailer, they always have the best lines in the movie,
Yeah.
and that was for sure the case.
They had like, you want a black man to play lookout while you guys go and break the law. They had I feel like if we go in there, it's gonna be a quagmire with the Vietnam one.
Mm-hmm.
But what I loved about the Vietnam is they go into the club that's called Vietnam, and
Mhm.
like, and Vietnam, it just like fucking burns down and explodes.
Uh-huh.
And it's just left with the main characters all just kind of standing in the middle of the wreckage and going like, "Oh, that could have gone better."
Right. Right. Or who is it who becomes? Is it Paul Revere that becomes RoboCop?
Oh my God, Paul Revere becomes RoboCop because his what fucking movie is that where the kid's like yelling at the dog and saying he doesn't want him anymore and all that shit? Which movie is that?
What are you talking about?
Everything references it. Anytime like someone's trying to get something to go away, it's
Okay.
like the boy who's just like, I don't want you anymore, and like throws rocks at the dog and like all that.
I
And
don't know.
the horse did that to him in
Mm-hmm.
in that movie,
Oh yeah.
and then grabbed the dynamite explosive thing and ran off into the sunset and exploded.
Yeah.
And then the horse's head was missing, so they brought him to that one doctor lady. The fucking A. My brain.
Thomas Edison.
Nope. It was, I want to say
Oh,
Clara Burns,
okay.
something like that. Fuck, I'm
Yeah.
probably wrong. I want to say she was the one who founded the Red Cross, though.
Okay.
Um, but it's her, and then she's like, "Well, I can make him new with cybernetics, but it's not going to be the same ever."
Mm-hmm.
And like they bring him back, and he's fucking RoboCop Centaur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Paul Bunyan shows up. I think Killer Mike was playing John Henry. Is kind of what they revealed at the end.
Yeah.
But like, there was also this weird joke where like they were just like, I'm gonna bring you to a blacksmith I know, and like George Washington keeps calling him Mr. Smith, and he's just like, I'm not that's not my name. He's like, but you're blacksmith, and he goes,
Yeah.
no, I'm a blacksmith. He goes, yeah, blacksmith.
Yeah. Like I said, glimpses. Glimpses.
I like how the whole time George Washington is like kind of trying not to be racist or like hide any racist agendas or
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
The end of it though, like where everyone's fighting over like healthcare or guns or
Yeah.
like gay marriage, like the
What about the
nuns.
slaves?
What about the slaves? Like,
What are you gonna do about the slaves?
hey, you told us you would give the natives their land back. And everyone in the crowd's fighting, and then it just zooms in on George Washington. He's just like, "Oh no, did we fuck? Are we gonna fuck this up?"
That's sorry, dude.
Oh man. Anyway, this wasn't a great movie. I didn't like it much.
Please don't watch it. Please don't.
I'd say yeah, don't watch it. We
Don't.
probably shouldn't have watched it. I didn't look at any reviews before, and that's probably on me.
All right. Give it a try.
Yeah, we did. We
It was a
really,
miserable failure.
yeah.
Very much so.
Oh yeah, they had to go to John Henry because they needed to. Oh wait, at one point,
Silver bullet.
yeah, they had to get the silver bullet that they needed 3,000 silver spoons to make one silver bullet.
Uh-huh.
But there was also that joke when John Henry and Geronimo were in the strip club together, and like
Okay.
it just cuts in, and Geronimo's just like, and then this guy was telling me about how we won Vietnam, and John Henry's just like, you see, it's that kind of privilege. How someone can't imagine losing something so much that that they have to make up that they won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like that whole thing was funny as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was hysterical. I mean, it was funny.
See, if it had been in a better movie, it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
the
but
problem.
it wasn't a better movie.
No, it was in
Yes.
the shit movie.
Yes. And it all just blends together.
Benedict Arnold kidnapped Judy Greer and like turned her British with tea because if people drink tea they become British.
Yes.
Like they find that they're steeping colonists in tea to turn them British.
Hmm. And as we said earlier, the beer.
Okay, what I want to kind of talk about with this movie actually is like who it's for because I have a
Yeah.
theory. It's not a
Okay.
good one because nothing can
Okay.
explain why the fuck this movie exists other than people got money to make this stupid shitty movie. Um
Okay.
uh here's fucking A.
Let's hear it.
This movie is supposed to be the kind of ideal that like all of these fake history type people believe that the American Revolution is or like what the founding of
Okay.
America is. We like to portray George Washington as like this super badass and everything. George Washington won the war because of one thing, and that's because he was really good at retreating. And like
Okay.
that's not an exaggeration, and that's like not knocking skills at all. Like
Okay.
he lost many battles. They were defeated at many battles, but his army was never routed,
Okay.
and that's like really important. He was able to maintain his army, keep them together, and reduce casualties through the whole thing. And that's why he was able
Okay.
to win overall. He would lose battles but win the war.
Okay.
So that's I think where like that joke at the end where they all go to attrition fields and fight the battle of attrition,
Okay. Okay.
which is dumb, but like there someone was trying something somewhere. Someone had some ideas. It seems like if someone had really cool, interesting ideas and they got really high, and they're just like, also, what if this?
Could be. Real well could be.
Yeah, because everyone thinks that you come up with the funniest ideas when you're high. I haven't seen it yet.
No, neither have I.
At least not with
Neither have
most
I.
people. Kevin Smith can pull it off, but it takes a specific type.
Sure.
And this movie is don't know what the fuck it was. This is supposed. I really feel like this movie is supposed to be like the. It's supposed to poke fun at what like the average dumb American thinks that the founding of the country is. That's why it's got so much to do with like look at the eagles all over the place and like look an American flag, also jerseys, also fuck cricket and and soccer because football is real football.
Uh huh.
And it feels like if if like your great great granddad is telling you a story about the founding of America. He's just like, and then the
Pretty
Eagles
much.
came and they picked up Gandalf, and Gandalf blew up all of the British, and then they turned them all Americans, and everyone drank beer, and it was awesome.
Yes. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, I'm sad. This movie could have been really good, but it wasn't.
Could have. It
I
was
gave it
not.
I gave it a 2 out of 10, but I don't really believe in these kinds of rating systems because like how do
No.
you rate this movie like fucking that movie that we watched that I loved for movie night. I think that was the last movie night before this that we did, which was I'm thinking of ending things.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, that was the last time that we did that.
how do you put like this I'm thinking of ending things like fucking Double Down by Neil Breen and then The Room. How are all those supposed to be on the same scale? It's not. It's bullshit.
Oh. No. No. That's why we should create one then, Johnny.
Uh, we, me and Zach kind of came up with one. You know,
Okay.
like the other Zach, the actual,
Yeah.
our B-View Zach.
Yeah.
We came up with an idea, but it basically involves a lot of math and a lot of different numbers and several different scales, and it's just not fucking worth it.
Oh yeah. Well, of course not.
So that's why we go with a recommendation on this show, and do
Yeah.
not fucking watch this movie.
No, don't. Don't waste an hour and a half of your life. Please
Don't encourage these people.
No, please
Yeah.
don't. But we did though, Johnny, because we watched it.
Yeah, but I thumbs downed it, so hopefully that works.
I did too. Yeah, I did too. But like you said, oh come on. Oh, you watch this week, they go like this, and it's like, oh, this movie's shit.
Fuck this movie.
Why did you fund this? Why did you fund this, Netflix?
The shame is that I actually kind of liked the animation in the movie.
I don't know.
I thought it was neat. Like it was neat. There was this really weird thing at the beginning between like George Washington and Abe Lincoln where it kind of kept like doing this weird kind of homoerotic thing with both of them.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I was like, I don't know if this is a joke or what. It's the main thing that I couldn't get over was that they put all of these different things from very different time periods all in the same thing. Also,
Yeah.
people keep using doorknobs, and that wasn't really a thing at the time, but fuck
Yeah.
it, who cares?
Yeah.
Everyone gets that wrong. Because I think
this movie didn't care. This movie didn't care, John.
the doorknob as we think of it didn't exist until like 2 years after Abraham Lincoln was dead.
Because they used sliders, didn't they?
I think so. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they use that in doornails, I think.
Okay.
But, you know.
That's wild to think about, too.
It's cool, huh?
It's wild.
All right, well, let's get on to Sun.
Yes.
A movie that's fun if you don't think about it. Mike, what is this movie about?
It's about, well, it starts off with a lady who's sitting in a diner. And these two people come up behind her, and she kind of looks worse for wear. And she goes in her car, and then she gives birth to what looks like a baby boy. And then it's basically about a chick who escaped a cult, or someplace, obviously, that she was, I mean,
Well, wait.
in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, pouring down rain,
Yeah.
and she gives birth to a crazy ass boy. I like the build up. I know people will say that it's slow, but if you ask me, I like a slow burn myself.
I didn't think it was that slow. I thought it was fine. I actually
Well,
felt like
I
it.
mean, we really
I felt like it
used-
wasn't slow. I
I
thought
mean-
stuff started happening immediately.
But I mean, in terms of character development, I mean, you kind of questioning it, kind of throughout the movie, and it's like, oh, she's a lot.
But see, for me, by the time we were getting to like the last half hour, I was like, "All right, come on, let's go." It's your last half hour. You gotta like get some shit going, you know.
Huh?
I felt like there was no point in this movie where things really picked up. Everything kind of just stayed in the kind of slow vein, where it wasn't.
Yeah.
At no point did the movie feel slow, but it felt moderately paced the whole time. And I feel like if you're gonna start it moderately paced, you start it off and then like about halfway through you jump and everything escalates.
Right.
There has to be like that one moment where everything kind of changes and everything's fucked up, and this didn't really have that.
No, I mean, I feel like a little bit of a slow burn in the beginning, and then it kind of picks up, and then reality sets in. Is kind of what I see. I mean, you can't keep fucking killing people to feed her son. That's not possible. I mean, her son is going to die.
Nah, you can feed like your son people. It's cool. Like
No, you can't. You're killing people. What are you going to take them to a morgue?
to be fair, she did not kill either of those people. Her son did, and then she
I
shot
know
all of
that,
those
but
cops. But
I mean, the pimp. I mean, he was bait.
fuck him.
Yeah, he's a
He
piece of
sucked.
shit, man. Yeah.
He was from Mississippi. I'm kidding. God.
Sorry, people.
Mississippi's state motto should be "Thank God for it," or no, "You're welcome, Alabama." And Alabama's should be "Thank God for Mississippi."
That'd be great.
I mean,
No,
neither.
but I liked the movie. I did.
I thought it was fine.
I liked it.
I don't think I would like it a second time.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it would be as good.
Uh, I'm gonna spoil this movie now
Come on.
because
If
that's
you've
what
ever
we
been here
do.
before, you should know.
That's what we do. We spoil
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
We usually give people a fair warning though. So
Yeah. Yeah.
look, okay, this movie it constantly does this thing where it's like, oh, is she crazy? Is she not? And like that shit should have resolved itself about halfway through. By the time we were like
Mm-hmm.
half an hour from the end of the movie, we shouldn't have
Right.
been wondering anymore. We should have known.
Uh-huh.
At least to me. Like
Right.
we don't find out it was real until the end. And
Mm-hmm.
at that point, I don't care enough about like whether or not it's real anymore because our main character is dead and like
Yeah.
there's just the
Yeah.
dude Emil Hirsch is just kind of chilling with a kid. Like
Yeah.
also, I called that Emil Hirsch was evil at the beginning in his
You
first
did.
scene. He's sitting there talking to the mom and the black dude is just like so did it occur to you that maybe you were sleepwalking or any of this? And then he was just like, no, I believe you. And I was like, that dude's fucking in on this.
Definitely a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
For
What
sure.
did you think?
Yeah.
Did you think he was in on it?
Oh, I wouldn't have doubted it. I mean, that's odd. And a detective is all of a sudden being
Or
cozy with the lady who just had supposedly problems with her son. I mean,
yeah.
little red flags there.
But did you think I was jumping on it too early when I was just like, it's that guy. That guy's in on it.
No,
No?
no. That was one of the criticisms of the movie.
Yeah, I did hear
It's
that where everyone's
predictable.
like, it's
It's
predictable.
predictable. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, you see, I mean, the problem is, I mean, it's a good movie, but it's how many times has it been done? I mean,
You got
that's
the
how you got away
Omen,
with the Omen.
Hell
I mean, the
Baby,
Omen came out in what, 76?
something like
And
that.
that should
Didn't the
that shit
director
was
just
never seen
die?
before. He did. He did last week.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah, I know.
That's a really well directed movie.
It is.
I really like The Omen. It's
It is a genuinely scary movie.
that and
There's a part of that movie that will scare me probably every time I see it.
yeah, which part?
And it's those dogs when they're in Rome, and all
Oh,
of a sudden they're around that sarcophagus, and all of a sudden you see those
the
what
jackals.
the hell are they? Yeah, the jackals. There's just something eerie about that, man.
There's a part that reminds me of that in I think it's in Suspiria,
Okay.
where they don't show it, but like there are all these statues of dogs and jackals that are around a courtyard, and a guy like walks out into the middle of a courtyard, and then you just kind of hear him screaming, and you hear growling, and it's just cutting to like all the different dog statues.
Okay.
And that part's like, it's not scary, you know what I mean? But it's like, oh
Uh-huh.
man, like everything is just left up to your imagination, and it's got
Uh-huh.
that weird goblin music in the background, and like,
Right. Right.
man, that's a great movie. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't talked about Suspiria at all.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do
We
a
have to do a
generation war.
generation war on it,
Mm-hmm.
because like, holy fuck.
That's gonna be a long, long time to watch that.
Oh fuck, that second one's like 4 hours long, and it feels like it
It is very
too.
long, very long.
You know, for a pretty movie, that movie's really fucking boring, and not a
It
lot
is
happens in
very
it.
boring.
You loved that movie. You don't fucking lie to me.
Which one?
The remake of Suspiria.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all, but it was long. You're
It
damn
was
right.
it was long and boring, and nothing happened.
I liked it. I thought that scene where they get fucking bloody. That's wild. That's a good one.
Yeah, but it's the only scene where anything like
I know
cool
that. It's the
happens.
build up. It's the build up.
Yeah, the build up for half an hour, and then you have an hour and a half of a movie.
Yeah. Oh
Actually,
my
no,
god, that's 2.5 hours
yeah,
and then a half-hour scene.
yeah.
That's a 3 hour fucking long movie.
That movie is not a half hour, or that scene is not a half hour. That's like 10 minutes of 2.5 hours, and that's the one good scene in it. Everything
Yeah.
else is just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
Like we can talk about slow burns, but that's not a slow burn.
No. No,
that
that's not
movie
a
is
slow one,
just
no.
that movie is just like, eh.
Mhm.
Like the first one, at least, is like a giallo, and the whole time you're wondering, like, is it real? Is it not? And
Right.
this one, very,
Right.
very quickly up front, they're like, no, it's witches. Like,
Hmm. Yeah.
anyway,
And then
son.
it's like, okay. Yeah, but back to Sun. I mean,
This
I
Omen
like it.
knockoff.
Yeah.
It was fun. There was some decent gore in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing
Especially when
like,
he's eating the people.
yeah.
That's
I
kind
mean,
of cool.
wasn't anything like awesome, amazing, awesome,
No.
but like it
No.
was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing like super digital or anything. That was cool.
No. No.
Um, should we talk about the IMDb ratings for these movies?
Please. Please do. But before we do that, give Sun a watch. Give it a watch.
Oh, yeah, it's on Shudder. The first one's on Netflix, but that doesn't matter. Don't fucking watch it. You know, we
No.
said we would never do a Netflix series again, and we did
Netflix series? What do you mean?
after Ju-On Origins, because we had such a fucking problem with like our
Oh.
fighting
Yeah,
back
but
and forth with
that's when we
Netflix.
ended shit.
Yeah, well, we still do. I just need to be more reliable on it.
All
Whoops.
right. Hey, yeah. Life happens, man.
Yeah, I really want to get all those videos edited and everything because, the edited videos always do a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just haven't been down on it,
Yeah.
or up
Yeah.
on it,
Life
I guess.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a whole hell of a lot easier last year.
Yeah,
We
yeah, it
weren't doing
was.
shit.
Yeah, it was really easy last year, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's, I work five.
Yeah.
I work my 4 days a week, and like,
Yeah, you don't want to do that on your day off.
I mean, I would, but we've been doing a lot on our days off lately.
Right. Yeah, summertime. Gotta do shit.
Oh, I wanted to talk about the creature design in this because you only see it very briefly, but like it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
Like
And
you
it
see
gives
it,
a haunting feeling. It gives a scary feeling.
yeah.
It does.
Like I kept thinking like, oh man, wouldn't it be awesome? Because there's that one scene where he's just like standing in the background, like he's like right
Oh
there,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
she's like praying to him and shit, and like he's for a while he's just standing there, and I was just like, wouldn't that be funny if he
Mhm.
just like and he's gone. Like, just popped out of existence.
Yeah,
And then he kind of does.
he does.
Because, fucking, what's his face? Emil Hirsch comes
Yeah,
in.
Paul.
Oh, yeah, Paul.
Yeah,
There's Paul and Laura slash Anne
yeah.
and
Anna.
David and,
He had Jimmy.
oh, yeah, Jimmy was there.
Yeah,
Jimmy Naple?
something like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't call this a great movie.
No, it's not great.
I would
I
call this
liked
an
it.
okay
I
movie.
like it. Yeah, give it a watch.
I would say it deserves a little higher than what its rating on IMDb
Yeah,
is,
yeah, it
but
does.
maybe not much. Because like your score for it on IMDb evens out to its score, like the way it is.
Okay.
Because its score on IMDb, all right, let's check this out. I'm gonna go back and double check, make sure,
Okay.
because it's interesting. We're gonna talk about the IMDb scores for these movies for a second.
Yes.
Aha, me once again on my phone on stream. If you watch our Total War stream, I do this a lot. Yep. Sun has a 5.6 out of 10. And you gave it a 6 out of 10.
I did.
So you're about on par with its rating.
Yeah. Yeah.
On paper, you're okay with its rating.
Yeah.
I mean, a little higher, but
as an average, 5.6.
As an average, that's about right. You know, it rounds up. So this movie has a 5.6 in America. The motion picture has a 5.7.
That's what I say about that. You fucking kidding me?
I think we all gave America a 2.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Like we agreed on that number.
Mm-hmm.
And then you and Sav gave this one a 6 and I gave it a 7.
Right.
Which you guys joke is, I think y'all have a joke where like every movie that I rate as a 7. But I want to say that 7 is actually like the third or fourth highest ranking I give movies. So I think first is an 8.
Oh, is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Wonder how many movies we have on the watch list right now. I make a watch list to keep track of movies that I've seen.
I believe a lot.
And it's not complete yet because I forget about stuff a lot. And the answer is I have 747 movies on there right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, we watch generally
nice.
like two new movies that we haven't seen a week.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah.
And we've been doing that for fucking years now. Like since we worked together at the shoe department.
Yeah, so that's we've been doing it for 6 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of those movies are probably through this. I know for a fact there are a lot of movies that we watched before that, like, because we watch just dumb bullshit a lot.
Yeah, we used to have our movie nights was just utter trash. I mean, that's what we like, though.
But, like, I forgot what a lot of those movies were.
Right.
So, like, those aren't on the list.
Uh-huh.
You know, every once in a while I forget to rate movies on movie night.
Right.
I know Sav gets mad at me if I ever have my phone on, like, during movie night. You guys are always like, "Are you on your phone?" And I'm like, "I'm on IMDb right now."
Right.
Let me get the movies sorted out, you know.
Right. Right.
But Sun, sure, give it a watch. It's on Shudder.
Yeah,
Shudder
absolutely.
is
Yeah.
if you don't have Shudder and you like horror movies, what are you doing, man? Like, get some Shudder.
Gotta get Shudder.
Yeah, they
Got
always.
to.
What I like about Shudder is that it's actually curated by people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty cool. Also, they have
Right.
Joe Bob.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh,
Joe Bob is the shit.
did you watch the new season of I Think You Should Leave yet?
I did not.
No? Oh, I
I
didn't
did
either.
not. I did not.
Hmm. No, I've been watching
I
the
have
show.
to be. I have to be in the mood for that silly, funny shit.
It's not that silly though. It's like sad, I guess. I don't know.
Awkward. Awkward. Fuck you, Harley Jarvis.
I I hope you fucking die, Harley Jarvis.
Oh, dude, that was the first episode. I was like, oh my god, what?
I think
is
that's the
this?
first sketch in the first episode. I like that one, and I like the has this ever happened to you?
The first sketch. I think the first sketch is when he's trying to open the door.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
Just
It's like no, it opens both ways. I was here the other day. Yeah.
yeah, great interview there, dude. Ah, ridge-worthy, dude.
Yeah, I'd say fuck America, fuck America the motion picture, and
Oh, yeah.
don't watch that shit. It's
No,
a
please
goddamn
don't.
shame that movie's not as good as it should be. And
Yep.
maybe give Sun a watch. You
Yeah,
might
give it a watch.
maybe you'll consider it a slow burn. I don't.
Yeah.
I thought everything was going pretty fast. So I was kind of surprised when I read on IMDb all these people being like, "This movie's so slow," and I'm like, "Did you watch like the first 5 minutes and be like, I don't know what's happening? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, give it a watch.
yeah, give it a watch. It's
First one, no.
cool.
First one, no. Don't.
It's got cool creature effects, some cool gore stuff.
Yeah.
At one point, she talks about how she's gonna knife a kid to death. I mean, it's got a lot of cool shit in it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. It's dark. It's very dark.
I didn't think it was that dark. A part of me was like, if this movie was shot slightly different, this would be funny as fuck. and I think that says a little bit for the direction
Yeah.
and maybe the writing too, and the
Right.
acting, of course. Oh yeah, because we should talk about the actors in this movie because Emil Hirsch is in it,
Yeah.
who I didn't realize who he was. You were like, Emil Hirsch, and I'm like, who the fuck is Emil Hirsch? And you're like, he was in
It's
Into
like,
the
dude.
Wild, and I'm like, oh, I loved Into the Wild when I was in
Oh,
high
yeah.
school, just like every
Oh,
other
yeah.
person.
That was a good movie.
Everyone in high school wanted to be that fucking guy.
It's like, dude, no. No.
Eh.
No.
You know, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all dumb when we're kids.
Yeah.
And it's got, I'm blanking on her name, but she was from the new Halloween movie.
Yeah. Laura
She's-
and Anna, well, she plays. Oh, what the hell's her name at Halloween?
Jamie Lee Curtis's granddaughter?
Yes, that's what I referred to it as. Yeah.
God, I wish I was good
I
at names.
honestly don't remember her name. It's not very memorable.
I don't have
Yeah,
that movie
honestly.
yet. I keep meaning to get it because I like that movie, but I've only watched it the one time at this point.
Really?
Yeah, I keep wanting to watch it again, but like it's not streaming anywhere, I don't think, and like I want to get it because I have all the other Halloween movies.
Right. I watched it a couple times. It holds up.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. It's
I really still wish he would have killed that baby, but that's just me.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I thought it would have been cool, maybe, but like, yeah,
I mean, come on, dude. If he's a brutal fucking monster killer, then he would have killed the baby. He kills dogs. He kills everything. I mean,
that's
set
pretty
him apart
fair.
from Voorhees. I mean, kill children.
Yeah. Wait, Voorhees does kill children though.
No, he's never killed a child.
He's tried to, I thought.
Nope. He doesn't even go after children because he died as a child, or supposedly died.
Mm, I'm thinking of 5, which is the only one I think that actually has kids. Wait a minute, he tries to kill Tommy Jarvis at one point. What are you talking about?
Well, he goes after Tommy, but he wasn't going to kill him.
You don't know that? He looked totally like he was gonna kill him. You think he you think if he caught Tommy Jarvis he wouldn't have killed him?
Uh, maybe.
And
I think his mom would have went into his mind.
the answer that you should have given there was of course he wouldn't kill him because he Tommy Jarvis was like meant to follow him up.
Film reroll. Film reroll.
Oh man, that's right. They
Uh huh.
they did
That's
that
how we
movie.
learned that. Was film reroll.
No, I knew that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because that's
Oh.
that's one of my favorite ones, so I know a little bit more about it. I think it was like that was 5, wasn't? No, that wasn't 5. That was
4.
4.
Yeah. With
And then
Corey
because
Feldman.
5 was A New Beginning.
Yes.
So I think the one I really liked was 6.
Jason Lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason Lives because that's the one where Tommy Jarvis stabs him with a Tommy Jarvis stabs him with like a fucking metal spike and then he gets
Yeah.
electrocuted and comes back to life. Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best one.
Uh huh.
Movie's dumb as shit.
It
And I
is.
think that's the only one that actually has kids in it, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Because that's got the kid who's just like I think we're dead meat.
Yeah. Good old James.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he has that as
Yeah.
his opening. That's right.
Yep. Hmm.
And he's
I think
also
we're
got
dead meat.
Dick Miller too.
Dick Miller. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah. Fucking shame.
I know.
I mean, he was older and he lived a full life and
Well,
stuff, but it's still
yeah.
sad.
Still one of his best roles is Terminator.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
My favorite role that he was in though was probably Bucket of Blood.
Okay.
It's a great movie that we should talk about at some point.
All
That
right.
movie is fucking hilarious
Right.
because it's kind of like a comedy horror movie. And then
Yeah.
he was Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors in the original.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
because I want to say that Little Shop of Horrors and Bucket of Blood were actually filmed like back to back by Roger Corman,
Hmm.
where Roger Corman filmed Bucket of Blood, and it was either Bucket of Blood or one of the other ones that he had,
Okay.
where they came in like so under budget that he used the remaining budget and time that they had for the movie and made a whole other movie with it, and that movie was Little Shop of Horrors.
It's Roger Corman for you.
Yep, that dude's a goddamn legend.
Yep.
Whether you think he's great or terrible, he definitely inspired like some of the top filmmakers that are around right now.
Damn right.
Like a lot of them come from the Roger Corman school of film, you know.
Right.
good stuff. Oh, but
Yep.
I've been thinking about that because we just got a movie request from S Barnes or Motherly Rage on Twitch,
Okay.
and she asked us if if we would do Little Shop of Horrors the musical. But I
Great.
was
Great.
the way I say it. Have you seen Little Shop of Horrors with Rick
Yeah.
Moranis? It's fucking
Oh
great.
yeah.
That movie's great, whether you like
Mm-hmm.
musicals or not. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Steve Martin is hilarious in that movie.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna do that, we have to do a Generation Wars and pit the musical against the original, right?
Sure.
And that'll be fucked up because those are two entirely different genres of movie at that
Uh
point.
huh. Yeah.
Because it's one thing for us to be like, yeah, we'll put The Grudge against Ju-on, but it's another thing to be like, yeah, we'll put the Little Shop of Horrors movies against each other and see what happens there.
Sure.
Whether we like the musical or the original better.
Try it out.
And I think we'll have a good bit to talk about with that because
Sure.
they're two very different movies. Also, in the original, Jack Nicholson plays Bill Murray's character.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Because I think they had Jack Nicholson for something else. Oh man, they might have been filming The Terror at that time, where Jack Nicholson fist fights birds. That's a great movie. We should watch that too.
Wow.
Or at one point, Jack Nicholson gets attacked by like seagulls, and then
Okay.
he falls into the water, and then he like tries to fist fight the seagulls. It's fucking great. Such a good shit.
Wow.
Such a good
Sounds
movie.
like a gem.
I think Boris Karloff's in that movie.
Is he?
I think so.
Oh my god.
Just to point out a little bit of how old Jack Nicholson is now.
Yeah. Yep. He's an
'Cause
old dude now.
I think Boris Karloff was an older guy at that point.
Okay.
In fact, he must have been because he did Frankenstein when he was like in his 40s.
Right.
So, I mean, at that point, I think
Right.
that movie came out. That must have been 30 years later. He must have been at least 70 years old in that movie.
Old dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we'll cover Little Shop of Horrors sometime then.
Oh yeah, we'll have to. I mean, we're gonna
Yeah.
have to track down the original Little Shop of Horrors, and
Right.
I don't have the musical Little Shop of Horrors.
I don't have either.
Uh, we can probably check, see if it's streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um. Oh yeah. While we're here, um, let's go through the movie requests. Yeah, we've got the movie requests. We have House of a Thousand Corpses, Little Shop of Horrors, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Evolution, She's the Man.
Oh, I'm not doing Twilight.
Oh, we gotta do Twilight.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? I have the first and second one. I think.
Oh, that is one of the worst movies ever made.
No, it is not, Mike. No, it is not.
It is so bad, dude.
Pirates of the Caribbean, The Notebook, Chocolat, Shrek, uh, Mystic Pizza, What a Girl Wants, and She's the Man, Poultrygeist, and
Oh, the
those are our
Notebook. Why do
requests.
we have to watch that?
Oh man, I'm gonna cry again, aren't I? I want to cry, man.
Oh, that's such a bad movie.
It's not good. Actually, that'll
Oh.
probably be okay as long as I don't have to watch A Walk to Remember. Fuck that movie. uh,
Yeah, so we'll be covering all those gems.
Hey, there's some good shit in there.
Yeah,
We've got
there's some just utter rubbish in there as well. Utter rubbish.
yeah, well, um
That's the last thing that I realized when I watched Twilight. I'm like, so there's something wrong with my TV?
here's the
Like,
thing is
I'm like, am I watching this in the sunlight or are those motherfuckers glistening?
oh wait, did you not read the books? I read all the books.
Oh, well, no, I didn't read the books because they were terribly written.
Yeah, they were, but like I read them because someone was like, "Well, if
Oh, hell
if uh
no.
if you don't read them, you're not allowed to make fun of them." So I read them and I was just like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you know I read through all of those books at
And,
Stephanie Meyer does this thing cuz I've read 5 books that she's written at this point. She does
hey,
this thing where if a paragraph ends within a quote, like if there's a quote and the end of the if the end of the quote is the end of a paragraph, she won't end the quote and it'll just skip to the next paragraph.
huh?
Yeah.
Well, where does the quote end?
So it'll be like it'll look like this in the chat where it'll be like uh this isn't actually typing. Sorry guys. And then
What are we doing here, John?
oh, I'm showing you like how it's formatted.
Okay.
So it would be like this. And this is not gonna pop up well through the on the chat, but it'll be kind of what the fuck. It doesn't read new paragraph new lines apparently. But anyway,
Okay.
it didn't read any of the spaces I put. But anyway, like the
Okay.
end of the gibberish would be the end of the quote, but then it would just be like he said such and such and it would be a new paragraph, but there would never be an end quote.
Quality, I tell ya.
I saw this
Quality.
several times throughout all of her books. I
Unbelievable.
have no idea who her editor is, but they suck. Although this was in the first editions, like this is in the hardcovers, so maybe it changed in later ones.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't
The
know.
host was actually pretty good, but the movie is trash.
I
That
didn't. I didn't
most
read them or I didn't watch them.
it's an interesting post-apocalyptic movie about aliens that like infect people's brains.
Oh, that's original.
And it's about like this woman who like resists it and it's still there and it talks to her and they have conversations and stuff, but like it can't take her over for some reason. And then they kind of fall in love and like shit happens and then the book kind of just cuts off because there's supposed to be a sequel but there never was. uh,
It's funny.
it's actually like a really good book. I read it in like 2 days.
Okay.
It's meant for adults too, so it's a little
Okay.
more, it's
All
a
right.
little more. But the book takes place in Arizona, but they decided to make the movie take place in Louisiana, which is really funny because most of the movie takes place in a cave,
Okay.
and they don't have caves in Louisiana.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
So,
Yeah,
that's fun.
yeah. But anyways,
Anyway,
these are these are two movies.
yeah. Watch one, don't watch the other, but
Yeah.
don't watch the one with the higher IMDb rating. Watch the one
Don't.
with the lower
Do not.
IMDb rating.
Do not.
Fuck America the motion picture.
Yes.
And I would say the Sun is fine. Whatever.
It's a good movie. It's a
Now that I,
fun watch.
now that I think about it a little bit more, it probably deserves that 6 more than the 7 I gave it. But
Yeah.
whatever.
It's all right. Yeah.
Hey,
No big deal.
it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think we are just about done here. Hey, let's look into rating someone.
Okay.
Who's on right now? Oh fuck, no one. We could rate Felicia Day or Riff Tracks or Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Um, you want to rate a bigger streamer?
That's all we have. Well, I wonder if there's like a
We can rate a bigger streamer.
well, those are I would argue that those are bigger streamers. Like Felicia Day has 919 people in her thing right now.
We can.
Is there a
I
way to
sometimes go in her chat. Her name is Crusader.
how's that spelled?
Kruz
Oh,
8.
no ARUZ?
Kruz
Yeah, no results.
ADAR.
A what?
KRUZADAR.
Aruzator?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't exist according to this.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
um, I don't know. Rate anybody, man.
We could just send people over to Felicia Day. I think she's playing Fortnite.
Okay.
Well, actually, wait a minute. Let's send people to Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay.
They're watching Mystery Science Theater 3000, and I mean, that's about like what we do, right?
Yeah.
It's closer.
Closer.
All right. Hang on a second. Something went wrong. Well, rating isn't working right now, I guess. So,